Well, folks, here we are. We're on the floor of Central Minex 2023. This is a different angle because I lost power over there, but that's fine. I brought some batteries. I'm standing with someone that I met probably 30 years ago, Clifford Small, and he's gone and done some interesting stuff. First of all, Clifford, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and then tell us what you're doing right now, and we'll get into your journey a little bit.
Okay.
Thanks for being on the podcast, man.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
As always. Yeah, I'm Clifford Small. I'm the MP for Coast to Bay, Central Notre Dame, and of course Gander, where this wonderful convention's been held, is right in the heart of the riding here.
So Clifford, you have had an interesting journey. You were in the fishery for many years, right? Mm-hmm. And then you decided, I remember you telling me, I think I'm going to open a restaurant. I've heard a lot of people say things, I'm going to do this, going to do that. This gentleman does what he says he's going to do. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, you know, I started out in a fishing boat. I was an electrical engineering technologist. Left that, went back into fishing boat, left the fishing boat, and opened up Smitty's restaurants in St. John's and Mount Pearl. And a couple of years ago, I decided I'd throw my hat in the political ring, and lo and behold, I'm the Conservative member for this great region, and we're looking at the potential.
Yeah.
That's lying ahead here. It's unbelievable.
Well, you know, from a gentleman who's done some pretty cool stuff yourself. I mean, taking on a restaurant, multiple locations, it's impressive. So here you are now, flying back and forth between, you know, Newfoundland and Ottawa. You're in the House of Commons. Tell us a little bit about that experience, and then we'll bring it back to the local environment.
The House of Commons experience is pretty unique, and it's a rare opportunity. There's 338 of us that have the opportunity. We've been elected. The people in our ridings have put faith in us and chose us to represent them in the House of Commons, to represent this riding to the rest of Canada, and to put forward the things that are important to this riding. And in my case, being the only Conservative in His Majesty's loyal opposition, things that are important to this province. And yeah, it's quite the honor, and it's still a bit of a learning experience for me after just 2 years, of course.
Well, it's interesting. You know, I've watched a lot of your videos, and I really enjoy what you're doing up there. To go from being on a fishing boat to starting a restaurant to now standing up in the House of Commons and speaking. I love the whole sealskin tie business, by the way. That's not everyone's cup of tea, right? Where did you get the guts to say I can do that?
You just have to forget about where you are, remember what you got to say and who you're saying on behalf of.
Right.
That's all. And I don't know, I've never really had a problem with it since I've been there, but I don't know why. Because it can, you know, the first couple of times, I guess, you know, it can be a bit hard on the nerves, I suppose, but I don't get the sweaty palms or anything like that anymore. No. Just after the first couple of times, like, you know, you're up two or three questions away. It's your turn, and you get ready and just get up, and you got 35 seconds to say it. So make sure you get it all in, and try to do a good job with it. That's all.
Well, from the videos I've seen, you're doing a good job. Let's bring it back to Gander, and then we'll let you get on to your the rest of your day. Gander put off one incredible show. So this Central Minex 2023, which Gale Force Winds was hired to cover, has, you know, it's an empty stadium right now. I've been to a lot of trade shows, Cliff. This was busy. I mean, I don't know how many, 70 or 80 booths, but the people, the other thing that struck me is, and the way the organizers did it, was to have students. They had a lot of students. But the energy, I mean, you're talking, there's 1,000 people or something in the morning initially now. They're going to they need another 2,000. Like, Newfoundland is on the cusp of something really huge when you add the hydrogen and all that in. Just give me your perspective on that.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we're going to be like Vegas. Build it and they'll come. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what? If we build it, they will come. And everything that goes along with building it will come as well. the rest of the infrastructure that we need, and it'll be great for our hospitals and schools and the whole region and the spin-offs. It'll be fantastic. You mentioned a figure of a couple thousand. It could even be way more than that.
Yeah.
With some of the other, like all throughout the area, it's such a big area, and so many different exploration projects that are happening. And then with the hydrogen as well. It's a bit mind-boggling, actually, the magnitude of the potential. I don't think this province has ever had this much potential growth in an area. So in an area that's typically it's a lower population rural area. But the one thing that we've got the land, we've got the weather, and we've got the airports. We've got the bases covered to grow this place.
Well, I can tell you this, it's exciting to be part of it, and you're right, I've been in business 35 years, I've been in advertising sales, and it's, you're an optimistic person in business, but this is not hype, this is not optimism, this is actually happening.
Oh, absolutely, and when you hear like an individual like Mr. Sprott, to see him in fact come here today and speak at the luncheon.
I know. Wasn't it something?
I don't know if he actually said it before or not, but it's been floating around this community that Mr. Sprott thinks that the opportunity right here in Appleton with Newfound Gold is the biggest opportunity that he's ever had with anything he's invested in his life.
I agree with you. That was incredible, and luckily I've recorded the whole thing. I'm not going to take up much more of your time, but Clifford Small, it is a pleasure to bang into you here, and I can tell the folks that watch this is a gentleman that's he's been in the fishery, and that's not easy. He's started several restaurants, and now he's taken on the political realm as a member of Parliament for Coast Bays. He gets things done, and it's a pleasure knowing you, and I appreciate you coming on and saying hello. Thank you, buddy.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.